This video was influenced by XJW's Analyzer's video he just made about life after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses. And that's a good question because it comes up a lot because you were not giving any options really as a Jehovah's Witness, and you were pretty much told what to do, and all your answers were given to you. And so this posed a problem because after you leave, all of a sudden now you say now what? Um, But there is a trap I've noticed that people are falling into, and John kind of touched on it a little bit, where people will leave a high control group such as Jehovah's Witnesses or other cults and things like that, and then leave and try to join another one, whether that be a political cult, another religious cult, environmentalist cult, a lot of different things. And it's interesting to me because when it comes to just human responsibility, and we can use the Bible um, about love your neighbor as yourself. Most people realize that, and but a lot of people try to love their neighbor, but they don't love themselves. Okay, and so there's a very big fundamental thing about this subject, and if you're not working on yourself first, you have no business trying to help other people. If you're not working on your own home first, you have no business trying to work on someone else's home. So if you're not working on your community first, you have no business trying to fix world problems. And you see like the modern day virtue signaling on Facebook and social media, people are always talking about major issues like deforestation in Brazil, or climate change and polar bears not finding food, when the community they live in themselves, you know, has a plethora of problems that they're not addressing. But they're literally spending all this time and energy worrying about something on a different continent. And it's quite interesting to me. And if you want to help other people, uh, and you have a lot of problems yourself, you know, uh, I don't like talking about subjects that I have not addressed or fixed myself. I would never lecture somebody on anxiety. The only reason I do is because I used the Linden method and eliminated my anxiety. So to me, I think I have freedom of speech to talk about anxiety. So if you have anxiety problems and you cannot fix them, how could you help somebody else with their anxiety? You know, it's hypocritical. Stop wasting your time, worry about yourself first, and then address other people. Uh, there's a lack of shame in modern society. I think also with fat people giving health advice, for instance, has always really bothered me. It's like, oh, bro, you shouldn't eat this. It's not good for you. You should do this kind of stuff. And they're like 40 pounds overweight, and you're like, okay. And a lot of people are like, well, there's a lot of fat doctors. I know. And if I went to the doctor with a health problem and he came in my door and he was obese, I would ask for another doctor and I would tell him why. I mean, I'm paying for this stuff. Why would I want to talk to a fat person about health? So you're a customer in a doctor's office. So if your doctor looks unhealthy, I suggest you push him aside. Because he's involved in health care. You know, and so the same thing applies to anything after you leave the Jehovah's Witnesses. You have to start with yourself first before you try to help other people. And so, uh, if you can't apply, you know, philanthropy to yourself and be kind to yourself, Lord, that's not really a teaching of Satan. It was pretty reasonable thing to say, because you should treat yourself first, fix your own problems, then help others. If you want to help the environment, you need to start with your home first. Um, are you eating GMO foods? Are you contributing to glyphosate being sprayed everywhere on the planet? Okay. Are you supporting that business? Okay. Do you have basic recycling in your home? You know, uh, do you have a compost pile in your backyard? These are just little basic stuff. Do you keep your house clean, and do you clean it with non-toxic chemicals? Okay. These are just basic things. And so you sit here, you want to complain about Native Americans having their land destroyed or something like that, but you yourself are destroying your own property. It doesn't make any sense. So, as with all kind of activism, it always needs to start with yourself. You need to be a healthy person physically and emotionally and mentally first, and then be a healthy person, and then help other people become healthy like you are. Okay? And so you don't want to go feed the homeless if you can't feed your own children. You get that? I mean, this is something that people just, I mean, this seems to be common sense to me. Uh, that you always should address yourself. Always address your community first, and then address the world. And so after leaving Jehovah's Witnesses, my advice is to fix yourself first. Fix your home around you. Get involved in your community. And if you have free time after that, then worry about what the world's doing. Uh, and and those are just my thoughts on it, And so always love yourself first. Become a healthy person, because healthy people are more useful than unhealthy people, and unhealthy people, typically speaking, are more of a burden. And so you should always address your physical health, mental health, and emotional health first, and then worry about activism.